Hello and welcome. Today on Paul.com TV, we're going to spend a little bit of time looking at volatility, and we're also going to be looking at MDD, which is a memory dumper for Windows-based computer systems from Mantech. This is all based off of a really great technical segment that Marcus from DojoSec, gave on Paul.com a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of led into a couple of other interesting thoughts on how we can approach memory dumps on Windows computer systems and have some fun with those memory dumps. So if you can look right here, the first thing I did is I ran MDD, and this version is 1.3.exe, and the output was smalldump.dp. So what I did is I took a small dump from my computer system, and then I moved it over using the wonderful netcat utility, and I copied it over to my Linux computer system. So I started playing around with volatility, some of the different things that you could run, or what are the different processes on the memory that I dumped from the Windows box. And then I spent a little bit of time looking around and saying, you know what, I could dump memory off that box. I can dump the DLLs associated with that box. I wonder what other interesting things are in memory. So the next thing I did is I ran a simple string search through against the memory dump. And what I did is I simply was searching for grepping my password for that administrator account on that system. And my password was Paul.com.rocks. Because, you know, never, ever pass up a chance for shameless plugging in your videos. So I ran a grep against my password, Paul.com.rocks, and then sure enough, here in a couple of seconds, it'll pop up and say, whoa, look, password, Paul.com.rocks. And I thought to myself, that's really interesting. It prefixed the Paul.com.rocks with the string password. So what would happen if we were to take that pound password and run it through? You see, I have other accounts on this system as well. And I'm wondering, just maybe, if it has the capability of finding any string with pound password. And as you can see, it has a lot of different things. And there's Bill's password, and there's Bob's password, which are associated with Bill and Bob on this computer system. And sure enough, Paul.com rocks as well. Now, I will say this, a lot of times the passwords don't stay in memory for a great period of time, but they do stay in memory. So if you have multiple people using the exact same system, you log on with administrator privileges, you're going to have the ability to dump the passwords in clear text from the memory of this system. So this is cool. You can use pass the hash exercises, which is awesome. But if you have administrator or system level access, you can just dump the memory and then pull the passwords out in clear text for anybody that's currently logged onto that system. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is I believe that this is something that needs to be extended. Really, if you look at this research and you go back a few months, really this is based on the research of Tom Lisden and Sherry Davidoff from InGuardians. Tom Lisden is now still with InGuardians. Sherry Davidoff has moved off to her own consulting practice, Davidoff Consulting. So what they did is they did something very, very similar. And what they also did is they didn't just stop looking at Windows passwords in clear text. They also spent a lot of time looking at other passwords in clear text. So here's what I recommend. If you're doing an assessment and the organization has a custom application that they utilize, what you can do is get a test account, run that account, then go through and save the memory of that computer system off, do a string search for that password, for that test account that they gave you, identify the prefix string if there is one, and then you can start doing searches for any account that you get access to. For example, get access to a Windows box, they're running this custom app, you can dump the memory off of that computer system and then go through and pull the password out for the application. It should work for things like Java, some web accounts like Gmail possibly may work. You might want to look into that as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this segment and we look forward to doing more. So do take care and safe travels.